будто бы о Руси. Мы отвлекаемся от всяких там...
This message I deliver to you, the people of America. I deliver this message to you, the people of Britain. And I deliver this message to you, especially the people of Australia. We will not stop fighting. We will not put down our weapons until we reach your lands, until we take the head of every tyrant, and until the black flag is flying high in every single land, until we put the black flag on top of Buckingham Palace, until we put the black flag on top of the White House, and we will defeat you bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Takbir! Takbir! Dawlatul Islam!
This is a message to Canada and all the American Tawagheet. We are coming and we will destroy you bi'idhnillahi ta'ala.
For 30 years, I've been covering radical Islamic militias like Hezbollah, Hamas, in Gaza, Lebanon, Al-Qaeda in Iraq, and never have I ever seen a militia or a group like ISIS. The ability to get people to basically become inspired and attack on their own has created enormous headaches. We all talk about social media, we all talk about this power to recruit by ISIS, but we never really see it. So I decided and found a group of freelancers. These are unusual freelancers. They've all worked in security services. They're retired. And let's create characters, social avatars, people who will go online and we'll lure ISIS to see if they'll try to recruit them. One is a Theo, a Swede, and the other is Sarah, an Australian. Security and anonymity is a key, so we're hiding their identity, and we're going to see if ISIS falls for the bait or not.
The project is very simple. We would like to show how this dynamic of recruiting people starts in the early stages. Why? Because we're facing now a tremendous wave of jihadist conversation in the jihadist network. Who are you? What's your story?
So I decided to have another type of character, more like the person that are a little bit left outside. He doesn't have any direct contact anymore with his family, born and raised in Malmo, where actually there is a big Muslim community, working on his own, doesn't have so many friends, I think.
That's really the type of the lone wolf.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about the background. Talk to me as you're whom?
Okay, so I am Sarah Harris. Born and raised in Sydney. Her parents are divorced. Her father is Muslim, but her mother is Christian. You know, no contact with her father, no contact with her father's family. So she's now trying to explore her what would be Muslim identity. Who is she? You know, all these big questions.
The motivation to be attracted to Islam because of the stepfather and the family and this mysterious codes is great. Basically, this is a 3-steps process. On the first one, you need to go through a process of sympathizing. Sympathize with the wrongdoing against Muslim, sympathize with violent acts, sympathize. This you communicate to the world through your avatar.
A big problem here is cyber security. ISIS is very sophisticated. They want to know who they're talking to. They're always concerned that they might be talking to security operatives, spies, etc. And so we have to really protect and give them the impression they're talking to the people that they're talking to. So we basically took on Max.
IP address is a very exact place that if you look it up, you know where it's coming from, and usually it tells you it belongs to a certain special provider, internet provider of your hometown or where you are. So what we have to do is actually set up or work on a PC which has this IP address. So what you do is you actually rent a PC. You said Australian, then we rent a PC in Australia. Then if anybody has the tools or the ability to look where the communication is coming from, he gets the answer, it's coming from Australia. If he does get into the PC, what he will see is everything we've put there. We've put the background of Islamic pamphlets. We put then tweets or other connections that some imaginary and some which are not. All looks 100% clear to him, 100% safe to him.
I took the name Asma bint Abu Bakr. There's a quote from the Quran which says that birds are being held up because of Allah. On my profile, I have general Islamic content. I'm trying to convey the persona of somebody who is supportive of the Islamic State.
My name, Abdul Aziz Nabel. First of all, the profile picture, Quran, and the big cover picture, also a piece from the Quran. It says here, I'm a Muslim convert candidate from Sweden. The Quran is the ultimate solution for all our problems and all our struggles. Allahu Akbar.
Second is show interest. Show real interest in becoming a Muslim, an active Muslim, a committed Muslim.
And I follow all kind of pro-ISIS tweeters, everything from Islamic quotes to fighters, actually, that are right now currently in Syria.
So I have 3 followers. The first one is Safia. She does post a lot of things that are pro-ISIS. It's definitely a message of you're not alone. There are other people who are doing it. It's your duty as a Muslim to go to the Islamic State and partake in jihad. One of my contacts on Facebook essentially said that if you cannot move to the caliphate, then you should kill non-believers.
ISIS has been brilliant in its use of social media. ISIS is in some ways not any worse than other groups that we've seen in the past, whether it be on the frontera between US and Mexico or in Afghanistan in the 1980s. But ISIS has realized that if they use social media and broadcast images of the worst things they do, then they can have exactly the kind of polarizing effect that they want. And, you know, we've really fallen for it.
My first contact with Rashid, obviously pro-ISIS tweeter. He's saying here he's 32 years old, he's living in north of France. He sees some of my tweets, he wants to follow me, and I sent him a message. I'm saying I'm angry on how Europe are treating Muslims. I want to contribute more to Islam, not only by praying. And I say I don't only want to sit here, I want to take part of the struggle. Then I explain him also that I don't have any relations with my family anymore.
These are people who really want to mainly test the limits. They want to challenge their strengths. The other group of people are people who come to this journey from a big, big void. They look for meaning, they are in a very deep identity crisis. So these people are attracted to what ISIS offers because they feel that ISIS actually can fill this void.
What is happening in Syria is important for us. It's hard to just sit here and do nothing.
So this is my contact in Raqqa. Her pen name is Hamza. She says that she's a Swedish woman who's made hajira, which is she's moved with her family to the Islamic State. Raqqa is a city in Syria. It's the ISIS de facto capital. She took a picture of her cat. And then afterwards she's posted pictures of her daughter at school. Smoothie bars in Raqqa. A recurring theme in a lot of these posts are being free to pray and being free to be Muslim. How did I make contact with Hamza? I followed her and then asked her to follow me back. Hang on, I've got a new message. She sent me a link to something, an archive of basically a PDF on how to get in and out of Syria. You drive to Sanlurfa, and there's the border, and there's basically a highway straight to Raqqa.
Once you have several good indicators that you get positive answers, and they really move from asking you questions to tell you things, this would be a very good indication for capability to move to the third. And the third is the operation.
We must be patient, but prepare for the departure. This is our destiny, inshallah. And it tells me I'm beginning to have contacts in Brussels. I have to go soon to meet these people.
when Rashid offers Theo to go to Brussels and meet up with his jihadi friends in Brussels in order to get to Syria, that presents a problem for us. But it's interesting, this offer to go to Brussels and meet this group took place at least 6 months before the Brussels attack. So this really strengthened for us the feeling that Rashid is for real, that he knows these operatives.
And I'm asking him, what do I need to prepare? Can your contact send us some kind of a list?
You can take one of two possible directions. One, you can become a jihadist, or you can become a jihadi bright. So you have to figure out which direction you want.
I will probably have to figure out as I go and probably have to vibe off what the feelings that they're giving me about what kind of person they're looking for. I tell her that I want to travel alone. She corrects me. She says, I really recommend that you find others to travel with or marry someone who is coming with you. I told her that my friends and I are going to holidays in Istanbul at the end of the month. I'm traveling on my Australian passport, and I thought I would tell them that I'm going sightseeing and leave them when I get to Turkey. Two weeks ago, there was a MI6/CIA operation that took down a lot of Twitter accounts that were associated and pro-ISIS. At the same time, they're restarting their accounts under different identities, but they're also warning each other how not to get picked up by intelligence. This is a social media war.
Once Khamsa wanted to tell Sarah, Asma, all the details of how to get to Turkey and then from there into Syria, that's when she decides, let's get off Twitter. These ISIS people are very experienced. They know the do's and don'ts and how to conceal information. They're very social media savvy, cyber savvy. So she said, let's get off Twitter and let's move to Kik and Wicker, which are encrypted texting sites.
She doesn't want to give her details away, and she might be concerned that people are collecting her information and what she's saying. She calls me sister, she asks how I am, she tells me that she wants to take care of me. She doesn't want to pressure me into doing things that I don't want to do, and she's very genuine. Everything will be fine, inshallah. Of course, I told her I have nursing training. You can work in the hospital, and if you want a good husband, inshallah, my husband can find one.
Salam alaikum, Ukhti Fila. I have some news for you. My daughter's husband... Oh my God. My daughter's husband is interested in you, and we talked about it. We would be like a family if you get married. He's 28 and I think, or 27. He's Swedish, tall and blonde. We have a bunch of kids with my daughter. My daughter knows this is fine, so please think about it and tell me if you are interested, inshallah. He is very kind and I feel so safe with him. I promise he is also funny. The first time that she sent me the picture of Abu Ibrahim, it's definitely a shock. This person is real and this person exists. She's marrying me off to a real person.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Här är en liten påminnelse till den som älskar Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Till den som vill att Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ska vara nöjd med han. För den som älskar sig själv tillräckligt mycket, han har sagt till oss att nationerna kommer samlas runt oss. Nationerna kommer samlas runt oss. Dörren till jihad står öppen för dig. Vet du inte att det är den snabbaste vägen till Jannah? Och min bror, Hijra och jihad är så enkelt. Och det kostar inte mer än någon tusenlapp. Wallahi al-azim. Har du inte i ditt hjärta att du vill strida och visa Allah vad du har att offra för han? Ja, wallah, jag har aldrig känt mig mer levande än jag gör här i Dar al-Islam. Wallah, när jag tänker på det, jag vill att ni ska vara här med mig. Wallah, jag vill att vi ska umgås i Jannah. Wallah.
We can try to vibe, inshallah. Maybe Skype works good too if I go to the cafe. Even if you agree to meet him, it's not an agreement to marry. Just know that, Ukhti, don't feel stressed, but I will tell him you will think about it, inshallah.
Hello? Salam alaikum, sister.
MashaAllah. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you really well. How are you?
Good. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. So, how are you?
I've been so busy. I've been so busy.
I understand that. I noticed and I was, oh, where is she?
I wanted to ask you,
well, what's he like? Yeah.
Nice. The story. Subhanallah. His personality. Yes, many. No, subhanallah. Now, I know him now for 4 or 5 years. He's positive, glad, sometimes serious, and likes to be silent for a while, reading Quran. As I am his, what is it, mother-in-law, sometimes we had our fights, disagreement. Because I mean, it's like we are family. Truly, subhanAllah, I love him, and he's not aggressive.
That's good. That's good to hear. That's very good to hear.
Holy shit. Suddenly the person who you've been speaking to through text messages and through the internet, they suddenly have a voice and they suddenly become a person.
For example, my daughter, she's married to him, and I never felt worried, you understand?
Yeah, of course, but we have to be careful.
Yes, it is. Yeah, subhanAllah. especially for us sisters. And if a man is wrong, it can be a disaster for the woman.
Yeah.
It's worse than he's a bad woman. It's easier for the man. He says, yeah, salam alaikum, go.
Yeah.
But if a man is bad, and it can be very hard.
It makes it. I'm a bit nervous about it, but you know, if you tell me he's a good person, then you haven't said anything that wasn't right. I have no reason not to trust you.
Aha, yeah. No, subhanallah, because sisters for me are more important than brothers in that way.
Mhm.
Because we can get hurt.
Yeah.
We can get hurt, subhanallah. I wouldn't recommend him for anyone if I knew he was bad.
And so I'd be his second wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And my daughter, she's okay with it, and she's very nice and calm, my daughter, subhanallah. But I think she will like her too. And all the kids. You said you like kids.
I love children. How many children does he have?
No, Allah Akbar. He has 5.
Wow.
You are, wow, sure. Yeah, I say the same.
So we'll be busy.
Oh, yeah. MashaAllah.
She's being genuine in her wish for people to come and join a cause that she believes in. It's harder to separate the cause that she's fighting for, in inverted commas, from who she is, and it becomes hard as for me as well.
He asked me about you, and I said, "Oh, you like children?" And I said, he said, "Oh, he smiled," and he said, "That's good." No, but you say you want to have a meeting with him, so you can talk to him, and as I said to you, he speaks English very well, and he's very curious about you.
What does he want to know?
I think he asked in the moment, he asked want to maybe talk to you and see you, and he's a little bit shy too.
I can't hear you, sister.
How tall are you?
How tall am I?
How tall are you?
I'm 172 centimeters.
It's more than But you still are for the 22 of May?
Yes, my flight is still on the 22nd of May, and it feels like it's coming close.
Okay, yeah, it is. The time is running up now. And what time? Maybe we don't talk about that over here. You write on Vicker instead of
Yeah.
the dates and so on.
Yeah, of course.
We don't know who is with us now.
Yes, you're right.
When we come to that point, you have to inform the right people about you, and to take your word.
Of course.
I feel that I am a lot of the times manipulating her, and it's not a comfortable feeling. It's difficult to continue to lie to this woman because she does seem like she's genuine. She's doing something for an organization that's terrible. I can't explain it.
Spies usually get a very close psychological support in order to make sure that this mixture between your fake identity and your real one is kept. Her fake emotions penetrated into her true self, so she really felt strongly about this woman. She could identify with her. She could buy into her story. And this is what recruiters actually want. Hamza is great. She's a great professional recruiter, and I'm sure that she went through some auditions and through some examination and through some screening process to be, a leading female recruiter on behalf of ISIS.
I trust you. if you tell me that he's a good person, then you know what? I do want to meet with him on Skype.
You want to have a meeting?
Yes, if you can.
Okay. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
I feel so nervous too.
I'm very nervous. It's like everything's changing, but it feels alright.
Alhamdulillah, subhanallah, it's a meeting with everything, and I pray to Allah that everything will go.
I believe everything will go well too. Can you tell me a little bit more about him? What does he do now?
No, he's in the internet cafe here.
Okay.
He doesn't hear me. I'm outside alone with kids.
Can you put him on? Can I talk to him?
I was thinking about it.
Maybe we talk now instead of Skype.
But if you're going to get married before, I think you have to do a meeting over Skype. So, I don't know the rulings over that.
Okay.
Here it comes. Är det väl okej, va, eller?
Salam alaikum. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm well. I'm very well. I'm nervous.
How's everything?
I'm at school. I'm studying at university, and I'm worried. It's difficult, but I think I'm doing the right decision. It's hard to hear you. Hello? Hello? Salam alaikum. I'm fine, inshallah. How are you?
If I speak like this, you can hear me good.
Yes, I can hear you very well.
You don't know any imams or anything in Australia, huh?
Like I said when I sent you the text message, I don't know which ones I can trust and which ones I can't. You understand, right?
What area are you in, or city?
I'm in Sydney.
I will check if I meet someone from Australia. I will check with him, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm now talking to somebody who is a killer. He's a killer. He's not a nice person. You feel exposed. Even though he'll never see my face, I feel exposed. He may never find out who I am, but he's heard my voice. So I'm no longer completely anonymous.
I don't know why they do it, but they don't let people get married at the borders. Before they used to do it, but now they want to make sure that everybody who comes in and he knows the religion.
So what do we do?
The way, because your trip is soon, subhanAllah.
Yeah.
If you don't find a way, you have to tell them that you're married.
Okay.
So they can get you, inshallah. There's a city called Arfa. Basically, you just go to that city and they will pick you up, and you will be with the women, the women.
Uh-huh.
They help you. So you don't have to think about anything, inshallah.
Oh, okay.
It's just a procedure that you have to get the Turkish number, and send it to me when you're in Turkey,
Okay.
so I can give it to them and they'll contact you.
I understand.
It's very very simple. It's very simple.
Okay.
Like I said, like I wrote that you have to take your precaution.
Of course.
Even if it means you travel without the hijab, and if they were to look in your bag, they won't find any, weird things.
Yeah.
No,
You're
but,
so right.
You even put like music in your MP3 and
Yeah. It's so smart.
even buy cigarettes and put them in your pockets. If you were to check,
That's really smart. I didn't think about that. Thank you. Is that what you did when you went over?
Everybody does that. Everybody does that.
Okay.
Especially brothers.
Yeah.
Security police, if they have their eyes on someone, it's often the brothers, it's not the sisters.
Deeply grosses me out to say it, but you have to use your voice to seduce him and make him think that he is amazing and wonderful and he's perfect and everything that he says is amazing and everything that he says is genius, because he clearly wants someone to make him feel good, to feed his ego.
And I'm sorry for asking again. I just really, really, really want to make sure that I'm not bothering anybody by coming and that everything will be fine.
You're not bothering anybody, Simone.
Will we all live together?
No. I will get you an apartment.
Okay.
It's very important it's very, very, very important for you to know that for you to make this journey and be able to come here, it's a very big gift from Allah. And don't be worried.
I'm trying. But it's not easy, but I hope inshallah everything will turn out fine. We can only pray.
It's very close now.
It is. I have butterflies in my stomach.
Just picture yourself going on a vacation with your friends, and when you're in Turkey and you buy the SIM card, you switch modes.
It sounds so easy. Right? I'm just going on a holiday and never coming back.
How can I get the most information out of him? And by ignoring who you are and kind of putting yourself in that character, it makes it a lot easier to overcome that feeling of, this is not somebody who I want to talk to, ever.
What are your worries about this trip?
Which worry? I'm worried about everything. Firstly, I'm worried that I won't be able to leave the country because someone would have found out, or else the police will stop me and then I'll never be able to make it. And I'm scared that, in Turkey they'll stop me and send me back and then I'll be in prison. And am I worried about enough things?
Don't worry about the border. But, your friends, you are traveling with friends to Turkey or what? Or alone?
My friends are going on holidays, but they don't know either. They're Christian. But then I'm going to leave them.
Don't tell anyone.
I haven't told anyone.
If you want to tell somebody, you tell them when you're here, inshallah.
Yeah. So tell me I really want to know what brought you to Allah.
It's a very long story.
So tell me the short version, the trailer version.
Somebody told me about Islam and said it was like the religion of truth and it's from God and listen. I'm a very open person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not closed. I'm very open, and I like to evaluate things on my own. And
That's very beautiful.
like I thought I believed in Allah, but as soon as the real belief, the iman came into my heart, that I'm gonna stand in front of Allah. I have to, and that brings to action, and that's the difference between when you have faith, it leads you to act upon that faith.
Wow.
It's a long story. It's a complicated story.
That's so beautiful to hear.
Ask me something, Spam. I don't know what to say.
Do you get along well with Hamza?
Yeah.
She's been really beautiful to me. Really special. And what's your wife's name? Amanda.
I have 5 children. You like to have a lot of children, or?
Of course. I think motherhood is one of the most beautiful things that a woman can do, to give life to children and to be surrounded by children.
It's good that you love children.
It is.
If you have any questions, just tell me on people.
Okay, I will. Okay. That makes me feel a lot better. I will see you soon then, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.
So Michael Scramble, his wife Amanda, and his mother-in-law Hamza are waiting for Sarah, Asma, to come to the border. We're not sending her to Syria. They're not going to meet her. So Max shuts down everything. The computers come down, the social network comes down, the servers come down. Everything's into oblivion, as if it never happened. But for us, the story isn't over. We really want to know, who is Michael Scramble? Who's his wife Amanda? And who's this Hamza, the mother-in-law that's offering her son-in-law a second wife?
Professor Selman säger i ett uttalande: den som dör och han vet, punktera, han vet att det inte finns någonting värt dyrkan förutom Allah, kommer träda in i paradiset. Du kan inte finna sådana människor som tror på Allah och den yttersta dagen, yani domedagen, som söker vänskap med dem som trotsar Allah och hans sändebud.
Michael Scramble he's dangerous, he's a terrorist, he's a jihadist. What I know about Michael Scramble that is that he had contact with several different Muslim sects. From Sufi sects to other sects. He was all around, probably searching for some meaning. During that period, he got more and more radicalized.
För du har velat komma in jättelänge, hela debatten.
Jag vill bara säga
Vad heter du?
Den här, Mikael heter jag.
Du är muslim?
Ja. Den här skräcken som finns i Schweiz mot minareter. Alltså, partiledaren, han sa ju att en minaret är ett vapen. Och sen såg man vissa folk, de trodde att minareten representerar någon maktsymbol i islam. Och det har liksom, den här skräcken bildar på okunskap i islam.
Amanda Papa Gonzalez, well, she was part of an ordinary theater class at our school, and I was head of class. And, well, she was the ordinary, like, hip-hop girl, but we had a Christmas break, naturally, and when she returned, she had put some light cloth on her head. Over the years, she became more heavily and in typical Muslim gear. In the sophomore year, she jumped out of the theater production that they were going to do and actually left school.
Michael Skromo and Amanda Gonzalez visited this mosque, and also other people from this district went to this mosque. From this area, several people went to Syria to join ISIS and such groups. This is a text Michael Skromo published on his Facebook page 1 year ago. He writes that you should go out and kill people in Sweden. A beautiful revenge for the Muslims who has been slaughtered. It's scary, because he really thinks like this. He writes that I should stop to make research about him. I don't like that you put yourself into my life. If you continue, I will put myself into your life. And when it comes from a person like Michael Skromo, ISIS member, it's a threat. He writes it 4 times. 4 times. Informant told us that Michael Skromo's mother-in-law, she arrived from Syria to Gothenburg just a few months ago.
Take this disc. It has a voice recording, which I think might be Ulrika Pape, who is Michael Skromo's mother-in-law, Amanda's mother. I just want you to hear it a few times and tell me what you think we can do with it, okay?
He likes everything. He likes going out. He's a cook, chef. He's also very committed to Islam. When I'm down on something, he always pushes me up. You know, he takes me up. He's positive, glad, sometimes serious.
Well, I suggest that we can see if we can get in contact with Michael's mother-in-law. She lives here in Gothenburg. Ja, hej, Magnus Sandelin heter jag söker, är det du som är Ulrika? Hej. Hej, Magnus heter jag. Där nere i Syrien.
Ja, men jag har min familj kvar där. Jag får tänka på deras säkerhet.
Och när kom du tillbaka från Syrien?
Ett halvår sedan.
Ett halvår sedan. Hur länge var du där då?
Kom in istället, mina grannar.
Ja.
Yeah, please, come in.
Okay. You love birds.
Yeah, but this bird is going today. Yeah.
Okay.
This one is like a chaos today. I will take this away and take another cage here.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
How did you find him?
The database over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you, if I may ask you, how did you get out? It's not that easy to get out, is it?
I escaped. I say escaped because they don't allow people to go away. They didn't.
Yeah.
People are not free to go
Right.
as they please. So I was waiting a couple of months close to the border, to Turkey. Finally, one day we got out.
I've not been to Syria in many, many, many years. What's it like now?
Except for the bombs, it's very good.
The bombs must be horrible because the Allies are blasting it all the time.
Yes, and it's getting worse today. I heard they're advancing.
Yeah.
But to be living there, and it was awesome. It was good, and for a woman, it was safer for me there than going here.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
No one harasses me, attacks me, rude to me like here. I felt more free there than here.
اليوم التوزيع باذن الله عز وجل كلنا نصيب والله يا رجل انا ادور ان شاء الله يعني واحد يهدي لي وحده
أبو فهد اليوم سوق الصباح اليوم لازم ناخذ
والله من يبيع؟
أنا أبيع
ليش؟
أنا أبيع
ليش؟ 3 ورقات
المسدس
تختلف اذا زرق يختلف ابيعك بكلوك
خمس ورقات ابو كساء
حسب الموديل حسب الموديل
اذا كانت عمرها اخوي لازم تشوفها انت لازم
نقلبها نقوي يعني نقوي
سنونه خمس شلعه شيء اخوي يعني
سنون ما لها سنون شريت فيها.
It's a big playground.
It's a very dangerous playground.
Yes, well, and the civilians die.
Is Michael fighting over there?
Yeah.
Is Michael happy there? Does he feel content there?
Yeah.
Even now with all the trouble?
Yeah. I can't see Michael as a terrorist.
You understand?
I don't see him like that because he, as a Muslim, you cry for your people, for your ummah. Now he's a good man. I mean, he takes care for everything. If a Muslim defends himself, he's a terrorist.
Right. Yeah.
But who are attacking the Muslim countries? Who?
I guess the United States and France and...
Belgium, England. Who are the terrorists? It was his choice to go over there.
Michael's.
I'm more worried about my daughter.
Of course. And their children. You got 5... She has how many children?
5.
Wow. Are they small?
Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2, 1. How much do you know about her story? Why she left?
No, not much at all.
She didn't leave because she was convinced of a Khilafah or something like that.
Okay.
Well, she was more afraid about the government will take the kids from an accident.
Here.
It was
The
her.
doctor and the hospital thought she was abusing the children and she was attempting to kill her son.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And started to prosecute her.
Uh-huh.
And then she got their advice to leave.
Okay.
That's why we left.
Uh-huh. You got... How many children do you have?
I have 4. Amanda is the oldest.
Right.
She's 26 now.
Yeah. And how did they handle it all?
They're fine. They're fine. They're okay.
They're okay. That's
Yeah.
good.
But also they missed Syria for the children, for their life.
They had friends there.
Yes.
كيف المعاقل دمروا من مصر ساروا والجزائر أنجبت وسواه من كل قطر قد ساروا يمن بإيمان وصدق عزيمة هم كيف
Et puis déterminé à vous frapper, où que vous soyez.
والجزائر أنجبت
قعقاع جاهز؟ بسم الله.
You're going to make a new life for yourself or continue the old life, or what do you do?
Can't go back to the old one because this have changed everything for me.
Of course.
But it's been a hard time since I ride. I crashed mentally. I don't know what to do.
The things that Michael Skromo and his fellows are doing down in Syria and other places could fall back on Sweden. And we have already seen a lot of different terror actions in Europe. And we would be quite foolish if we said that this could never happen to Sweden. It's only a matter of time.